I was in high school and we were looking at a film and they were looking at the degradation of homelessness and disparity, and I said, wow, man, those people are really fucked up. I'll never end up like that. And about 2 years ago, I was on one of the back streets here on Skid Row, and it dawned on me what I said. And I said, I'll be down. I became one of those people.
I just don't want to feel that way anymore. So that's why when I tell my story, I don't want to bring up how I've OD'd 10, 13 times. I don't want to get into the depths of me hanging myself or trying to drown myself, because I think the most important part is to just giving background of where I came from so that you can see why I became a drug addict.
Are you self-destructive?
So, am I? Anytime that anything good happens in my life, I'm instantly like worried, oh fuck, how am I gonna fuck this up? You know what I mean?
Well, I sold crack. I had what I call the best little whorehouse in Texas, you know what I mean? You know, people would come in and they appreciate it because there would be certain security if you wanted to go to the boom boom room. You know, the boom boom room is get you fucking, you sucking on and doing whatever it is that you feel is necessary to make you happy, you know.
Every day, my grandma would tell me, your mom's not coming back, she doesn't love you. And when my dad would come home at dinner time, I had to say that my mom didn't love me and she wasn't coming back. And I refused to say it, so I had to go to bed without dinner and I would get a spanking. We did this for about 2 years. Obviously not a good alliance to have. She never did come back. So I don't know what was worse, like the screaming for her in my head or the silence when I forgot she existed, because silence has a sound too.
He ended up hanging himself through the opiate withdrawals, and that's why I got the anguish across my throat, because after my daddy killed himself, I've been struggling with opiate withdrawals my whole life, and hell, I don't want to end up like my daddy, you know? And after he killed himself, man, I wanted to kill myself so bad.
And it's so sad, and I hate it. Every time I take a drink, I hate it. It's almost like the devil. There are some times where I go to where they sell shots in the morning because I'm shaking and I have the DTs. And I cry, I weep when I'm taking the first shot. Because I'm like, fuck, here we go again. But you need it, so you know you gotta take it. And you're like, damn, how did my life end up like this?
How old are you?
37 years old.
37. Do you have kids?
Yes, I do.
Where are they?
They're at the food stamp office, waiting in line.
How long have they been there?
6 months.
What emotions do you deal with mostly?
Rage. Rage and fucking hate. An undying desire to inflict pain upon this world. So all the pretty people could have 30 minutes of my life. You know? I could put that right through into your brain. And it would be the kindest thing I ever did to you.
But she's a beautiful, beautiful woman, had a lot of money. She would have made a perfect wife. But anyway, she asked me one day,
She said she was a divorcee. She said, a widow woman. She said, I'm so happy with you. She said, when is the bottom gonna fall out of it? And I told her, oh God. I said, if I ever take a drink, oh, Bessie, she didn't hear me. I said, if I ever take a fucking drink, oh, Bessie off. And I said, baby, let's go somewhere, because I wanted a hit and a drink, and I wanted a drink, and I didn't know. I didn't know that the alcoholism was they call it the sleeping giant. That motherfucker, he gets down your gut and he falls asleep. When he wakes up, hey, motherfucker, it's time. Let's fuck up our life again. Let's fuck life up one more time.
And bent over the pool table, doing a shot of pool, was one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen. She was about 5'5", strawberry blonde hair, and her ass was so fat her yoga pants couldn't contain the whole thing. Like, oh my God. I was incapable of stopping myself from going, God damn! She turned her head over her shoulder and smiled at me. And we fell in love instantly, right then and there. I knew it, she knew it. First thing I ever asked her was, hey, what are you doing from now on? She said, we'll figure that out.
I know all about that crack stuff. I'm not an expert. I don't want to mess with it. Just try it. So anyway, I tried it. And the girl started performing some fellatio, of course. Well, I mean, wow, that was fantastic. I arrived at my new drug now.
Yeah. What's the feeling of doing heroin for the first time?
Feeling is like how it's like to be loved, to feel content. Like when you're going up a roller coaster, up, right at that top of the roller coaster, the whoosh feeling is sort of, that's the rush. Like it's also, imagine you're going down that rush into a warm bath with a hot cup of cocoa. And so you're, just feeling warm, wrapped in bliss. Everything's cool. Even if everything beforehand was nightmare, meltdown, horrible, nothing was going right. After you do that, fix, everything's cool.
Are you happy?
No.
Years ago, man, and I think I was 11 or 12, and it just came up all of a sudden. Because I always wondered, what was my first experience on crack, and with who? And I thought it was with the neighborhood kids. I thought my cousin. My first experience with crack cocaine was with my dad.
Tell me about your husband. Ex-husband.
That's when I walked home, and I'm 14 years old, and I found my stepdad beating the shit out of my mom. My mom was unconscious. She was bleeding in the corner, so I was on my way to baseball practice, so I had my bat, and I hit my stepdad 38 times in the head just so he'd stop hitting my mom, and I killed him. And they gave me juvenile life. Juvenile life from 14 to 21 years old.
Who's that blonde?
Hi, I got gray. I'm an old lady. Yeah, I just want to say I'm so happy to know, excited to know that Michael's been watching me my whole life. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Like my day is set, my whole life is set. I just want to say sorry to everybody, Pomona, where was downtown, for having to listen to my thoughts and my make sense, my little whatever. Thank you to the lady that does my voice and talks to me while I'm faded. So thank you guys. I love you and you guys' family. I love you guys so much. Thank you. You guys are always there. So that's it.
Okay, Amanda, how are you? How would you describe your childhood?
Pretty fucked up.
What kind of stuff was going on? Do you talk to your sons at all?
I think one of my children are deceased. I think, I'm not sure.
You don't feel like reaching out to them?
I'm kind of frightened to do so because, I mean, first of all, how difficult would that be? My firstborn child passed away. I knew nothing of it. I was out doing drugs, drinking, partying, and I never even knew anything about it. Yeah, I'm not ready to handle that yet, no.
I have the reason to be mad at the world. But I have no excuse. You have an excuse to be mad at the world and everything, because this right here, but I don't. I have to give up. I'm not giving up. I can't give up. But mind and heart won't let me.
I slowly began to hide all my unwanted sorrow and pain behind that tall glass of whiskey and a straw full of cocaine. But somehow over time, them glasses grew taller and taller, and them lines, the motherfuckers only grew longer and longer. And trust my words when I say on to you, my brother. And they're like what I seen from my lifeless life became more and more like a out-of-control bad dream. As Axl Rose once stated in the song, a little bit got more and more. Oh, how true that is, because I would do it. I would do it until my body couldn't take any more. I'd really stay awake for days and days at a time. I'd take handfuls of sleeping pills just in hope of sleep through the sweats and cold chills. It goes on, but you get the point.
Like, I've been coming to Kensington and getting high on and off for 7 years, but I've been down here consecutively for 2 years straight. You know, like, it gets old after a while. It gets really tiring.
I don't know how to explain to you. I don't know the words to tell you what it feels like to truly, truly fucking be alone and have no one.
I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Do you have children?
One
You have one child?
son.
Son? Are you raising him or?
Nope. I made sure he's perfectly fine with a great family.
Who is he with?
A family friend.
Right.
Which he's happy and perfect.
That's great. It's better than being out here on the street.
Oh yeah. Joe John.
Do you talk to him?
Mm-mm. Not until I get my life right.
So that will wake you up with some anxiety. That'll put a needle in your arm. That'll put you on some fucking drugs.
You either get sober, you die, or you fucking you fade into being a drug addicted hermit.
Tell me about living in Kensington.
I mean, all I want to do is drugs and die. So it's pretty perfect.
And I was always so against it. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna do that. Like, I'm never gonna use heroin. It's so horrible. And it's just so pathetic looking back that it's like, I literally, like, everything that's led me up to my life this point was like peer pressure of not wanting to look stupid. Like, you know, it's like I'm homeless on the streets now. I've lost everything. I lost my kids. And it's just like over like being a 15-year-old who just wanted to like fit in, basically. You know what I mean?
I got heart failure. I got chronic kidney failure. I'm prone to abscesses.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's how dirty this drug is.
Let me ask you a question. Are drugs a part of your life?
I smoke fentanyl.
You know, cocaine led to crack.
Can you get me some crack?
Crystal meth,
I use the fentanyl bottle of whiskey.
Heroin.
Cocaine and Quaaludes.
Fentanyl currently, yeah, fentanyl.
I smoke a lot of weed. Heroin.
What other drugs are you playing around with?
What do you got?
What are you taking?
I just smoked some crystal.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Fentanyl.
Smoking crack cocaine off with a pipe.
I use fentanyl now.
What are you using today?
Today I just smoke spice.
An acid.
Cocaine.
Heroin and shit.
Fentanyl.
Crystal meth.
Heroin. Now it's fentanyl.
Ketamine, acid. I like all the psychedelics, mushrooms.
Well, I love to drink beer. It's my specialty. I need a drink.
I started back taking perks.
I'm doing fentanyl now. And cocaine.
Crack, it's not cocaine no more, it's crack.
Today I'm doing fentanyl.
DMT and ayahuasca.
Xanax. I smoke crack.
Because I smoke weed and I like to drink.
Methamphetamine.
I smoke crack very heavily.
Cocaine.
I switched from heroin to fentanyl.
My drug of choice is heroin.
I drink alcohol.
Fentanyl. I'm using fentanyl and crystal.
Acid.
PCPs.
I'm a cocaine addict.
Methamphetamines. Crack cocaine.
It's just a bottle of wine, you know, and
Crack and meth, you know what I mean?
I smoke with DMTs.
I use fentanyl and I use meth.
Well, I'm a crackhead.
Fentanyl because I met fentanyl.
I do some crank out there.
I started with the Sherm.
I smoke crack, crystal meth.
13, smoking crack. I smoked rat poison.
Cigarettes, cannabis, and crystal meth.
Heroin, fentanyl.
Xanax.
What's your drug out here?
Man, I like a little bit of everything.
Tried LSD, MDMA, MDA, ketamine, PCP, methamphetamine, amphetamines, Adderall. I mean, I think I've done it.
Hairspray, Lysol. I did all that stuff.
You drink it?